some-hour shift, bitch. I'm only trying to succeed and do it all for my kids. Pure knowledge inside of their minds, like how could you hate on this? That's the same damn reason you ugly fuckers won't quit. You could really eat a dick if you think that I'll ever care. With all this knowledge I harbor, it's no wonder why you scared. You could try to keep me down, but believe me, I'm well aware to think I give up on my children. Get your dumb ass out of here. We taking flight, even if it's just for a night. If there's one thing that I could promise, I promise you'll be alright. Back flipping without the courage, you're breaking your leg tonight. Either that or breaking your hands. Either way, you ain't landing right. Let them know that's just how you learn it. Grab hold of tables and turn it. Make sure you remember the bridge before making an attempt to burn it. No matter how hard you battle, long as you try, then it's working. As long as it's for my kids, I'll forever go out and earn it. Bitch, I'm young. I'm digging into this, honestly knowing there's more than what I could see. Can't predict what's my future holding, my past far behind me. I know that life can get grimy. That's why I'll never look back, cause I already know what's behind me. Dear humble Lord, please come find me. Yes, I go hard for my son and my daughter. Never could fail as a father. Been through the times will be hard. Believe me, if that I'm not bothered. Humbly in love with it all. Just trust when I said it. I got him. Speak from the heart. The story we'll see if you come from the bottom.
Hey, good evening, everybody. How you guys doing tonight? We're gonna make another run at it tonight, and we're gonna see what we're gonna come across. Give me 1 second. Zenray's camera again is acting crazy, but we got him in there. I'm not gonna touch anything. I'm gonna leave it alone, and we're gonna do a live show today with you guys. Get some phone calls in. If you guys want to call, just talk about anything that comes to your mind. Let us know how we're doing on our show. If you want to talk about the Knicks, if you want to talk about the NBA, if you want to talk about baseball, feel free to do so. This show is all about you guys and welcoming you. And let's bring Mr. Zenray here live right now. We're going to bring him in. Give me 1 second.
Is shooting guard, but it's at 6'9". I don't know if that's correct. I think that might be a misprint.
There he goes. He's already at it.
You'll be.
Mr. Zenray, good evening, sir. How you doing?
Good. I was just talking about the projected picks for the Knicks, and I was thinking about Steve Murphy, the third shooting guard, and they have him listed at 6'9", 206 pounds, and he's a shooting guard. I think that's a misprint. I don't think it could be 6'9". I could be wrong. If it's 6'9", you have to just get him. Nobody be able to block that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And we have Isaiah Jackson, Kentucky. That's the guy who could replace Newell from Kentucky. That if he comes in, he's slated as the 21st pick. How are you doing, Juby?
I'm good, man. I'm just, trying to enjoy this time, enjoy this beautiful weather, enjoy this off season, watching a little bit of NBA playoffs. I saw Chris Paul last night. Oh, man. Talk about a guy that is 36 years old, and you can sit there and say what you want about him as far as age, but the guy is aging like fine wine. He is, the numbers he put up, yesterday, and at his age to do what he did, and that's listen, if the numbers are right, and if he does want to leave Phoenix, which I don't really think it's going to happen, but if, and I'm going to say that with a capital I, and he's willing to take, from what I saw from that guy last night and what I've been seeing all season, I would definitely give him some kind of money. And I got a guy in here. Hey, Aaron, how you doing, man? Welcome to the show. We're talking about NBA, Knicks stuff, stats, rumors, draft. We're just here for you guys tonight. Tonight, it's all about the viewers and about you guys. If you want to give us a call just to say what's up, the numbers are on the screen, 646-847-8293. If that number doesn't go through, you can try 646-893-9464. Me and Mr. Zenray are here for you guys. We want to hear what you have to say, anything that comes to your mind. Welcome tonight.
Welcome all who's joining us, and we greatly appreciate you guys being here this evening. So Chris Paul is an interesting thing. I don't think he's leaving Phoenix. He's making a lot of money. He has a good relationship with the team, and he's just playing well. I don't think a situation for him. Why would Phoenix let a guy like that go? I don't know if he has an option to leave.
He from what I understand, he already opted out. They came to him during the season, offered him to extend his contract, and he said no. But from what I also understand, listening to Stephen A. Smith and a bunch of other people, he chose Phoenix as a destination because of Devin Booker. He said that he saw likes of Kobe Bryant in him, and this is to quote him, and that he specifically asked to play for that team because he knew what he was going to get out of Devin Booker. And we clearly see the stuff that this kid is doing. I mean, we're talking about a team that didn't make the playoffs in I forgot how many years and didn't make it to the finals since 1993. And here they are, one step, they're 4 wins away from being champions. Now they're waiting for the winner of Atlanta and Milwaukee, which I don't think Atlanta has a chance without Trae Young to win that game.
And if Brook Lopez plays like the athletic center that I saw, where did that guy come from?
It was Brook Lopez of the New Jersey Nets. Unbelievable.
He could have won the slam dunk contest last night. It was amazing. Who was that guy?
I have no idea. Unbelievable. These guys.
We need a blood test on that guy.
Him, Derrick Rose, all these guys have found the fountain of youth. Whatever their secrets are, they need to give it to us. And Aaron, I agree with you, man. I'm a big NBA guy. As you can see, man, I'm all about the Knicks. I bleed orange and blue, nothing but orange and blue skies. But I give credit where credit is due. And right now, the Phoenix Suns, hats to them. My hat down goes to Atlanta for having a great season so far, playoffs so far, and Milwaukee as well, man. But like I said, we're here tonight. We didn't really have nothing planned per se. We're gonna just discuss still the Damian Lillard stuff, the Kawhi Leonard. Things are starting to heat up, and I know you probably heard about it, Zen Ray, that that they don't know where his head is at. A couple of teams that he might be interested in, I'm hearing, is Dallas Mavericks, that he wants to play with Luka. But I'm also hearing that if the price is right, and if you can package, let's say, him and Damian Lillard in New York, he'll listen, and that makes us crazy.
Yeah, I agree with you. We spoke about this like 3 or 4 shows back. I said the Lillard possibility will happen. I think the Knicks will trade almost anybody except Randall and Barrett. I mean, Barrett will probably dangle, but so we get Lillard here. That's the only way I see Kawhi coming in. That's the only way I see Kawhi. And I think the person who can make that work is West. Talking, communicating with their camps and just organizing. So Kawhi is an interesting possibility only if we get another player like Lillard here. So you made a great point. I see the Knicks, I could see that coming to fruition, but the Knicks would have to give. Remember, Kawhi has an option on his contract; he can opt out. Mm-hmm. So would have to give him what he's asking for in the range of probably $40 million a year.
Listen, if both those guys want to come here, give those guys the key to Gotham, give them the presidential suite, give them a private plane. You do what you have to do to pair up Damian Lillard, Kawhi Leonard, and Julius Randle here in New York. That team right there with just those 3 guys, and you can just surround them with mediocre, decent players. Listen, that's good for basketball. Not only is it good for New York, it's good for basketball. Can you imagine what it would be like in the playoffs? Knicks versus Brooklyn, their 3 or versus the Knicks 3. What kind of media attention, what kind of money, what kind of... Oh my God, just thinking about it gets me excited.
Well, you fall into the same situation the Nets do. Because Kawhi is not a young pup. I think, what is he, 30 years old as well?
He's 30, but so is Damian Lillard.
Yeah, so you're talking about, the Knicks would have to win a championship in the next 5 years.
Which Tom Thibodeau is on contract for the next 4 years. So if you think about it, the stars are aligning for that kind of deal to happen, unfortunately. I know we've been talking about for the years this youth movement, and it's a beautiful thing. We saw a little preview of it this season and this playoffs with a youth movement, with Julius Randle being the grandpa with Taj Gibson of the team, if you will. But listen, I really don't want to say goodbye to RJ Barrett, but if you tell me you're getting Damian Lillard, there's a possibility you can get Kawhi Leonard, as much as it would pain me to say goodbye to RJ Barrett and quickly possibly and Obi and even Mitch. Listen, that's a deal that's a once in a lifetime thing. And I know I sound kind of like a hypocrite right now because I was saying, oh no, you can't get rid of RJ Barrett. But I meant you can't get rid of RJ Barrett just for a Damian Lillard trade. And that's going to be your team, Damian Lillard. And that's it. Now, if you tell me you're going to surround the Knicks with Damian Lillard, Kawhi Leonard, Karl Anthony Towns, with Julius Randle, then I say, wait a minute, Juby, this is something that you need to reconsider, and I'm all for it. Where do I sign?
I totally agree. I think that can happen, but I think that's only going to happen once again. Kawhi is only going to be interested in going to a team that has a chance to get to the NBA Finals.
But Zedray, look who's in the Eastern Conference right now. Like I said, I love Atlanta. I love the chemistry, the bond that they have. But at the beginning of this season, me and you could have sat there and we could have chosen the Miami Heat. We could have chosen Philly. Not once did we say Atlanta is going to be in the Eastern Conference Finals. And they're doing that with Trae Young, who's a bona fide superstar now, and decent players. So if I'm Kawhi Leonard and I see that, or if I'm Damian Lillard and I see that, then I can say, listen, the East is kind of wide open. If I pair up with Julius Randle and another guy there, listen, we got a chance to make some noise.
And I agree with you 100%. A lot of noise. And the reason why, remember, New York hasn't won a championship since the 70s.
I wasn't even born yet, ladies and gentlemen. I wasn't even thought about being conceived for the last time they won.
And if they do win, they're heroes for the rest of their lives. They're heroes because
if they win, I would like to give I would like to put in my personal day vacation right now. For those of you who are watching, who know I work, the day the Knicks win a championship, I will be calling out of work. I will be in the parade, and I will be celebrating, and I will be crying, and it'll be tears of joy and pain. I've been a Knicks fan, guys, since 1990. I know it's nowhere near some of the older people who've been a Knicks fan since the 70s and the 80s, but 1990 is as far as I can go back. And let me tell you, it's been a rough road. Some good stuff, some proud years, and some really, really heartbreaking years. And we got some guys in here. Dr. Longshorn, Pavel Ahmed, Kenyon Han, Ina, how you guys doing tonight? Welcome to the chat. We appreciate you guys stopping in and showing some love.
Welcome. And remember, guys, give us a call, 646-893-9464, 646-847-8293. Talk about the NBA, talk about sports, talk about the team you rooted for as you were growing up. And
your favorite player that you were growing up with? Mine was John Starks. I have pictures of him. I have his rookie card. I know the guy killed it for us in Game 7, and that's what everybody remembers is that Game 7, 2 for 18 or 3 for 18, whatever he went. But besides that, man, that's a pure representation of what it means to bleed orange and blue. The guy had nothing but heart and soul, and that's the New York attitude, and that's how I feel every player should be who plays here. And hats down to him, man. I met him 2 years ago, and I got starstruck. I couldn't even talk.
Right. I mean, I'll take that right now. Are you kidding me? I would definitely take those days when they're in the playoffs and they're constantly, winning and, exciting Game 7s and getting to the finals, coming up short. One year we came up short because we had LJ. We had that ride that came off the bench, and we lost Ewing for that game. I mean, we had no shot. We had Ewing and LJ hurt, but then they had that fight. There were a lot of players. Yeah, it was a mess.
Oh, listen, we got somebody here. It's Tinsy from Twitch. I'm a Celtics fan. Sad to see them fall, but no way we could beat the Nets. Listen, man, the Celtics, they are Boston Red Sox to the Yankees, if you will. You know what I mean? But hats down to them. They got a good young team still, man. They got Jaylen Brown. Not to mention, don't forget, you got Jason Tatum, who I wanted to trade 4 years ago. And, they all they wanted was Kristaps Porzingis. And the Knicks management said, no, thank you. And I don't know what they were drinking or smoking at that time. But I wish we would have done that trade. But Boston's they got some salary cap. They got some nice pieces. So keep your head up, man. Boston is going to be still a force to reckon with. They're always in it, until the end. But yeah, man. Let's see. We got Moon Ahmed. How are you guys? We're doing great tonight. We appreciate you guys coming in. Hussein Juby to Tubi, nice show. Thank you, man. We try to bring you guys content. This show is all about you guys. Me and Mr. Zenray here. We talk all day, text all night, talking about what we're gonna bring, what are we gonna talk about next to bring you guys some stuff.
It seems like I'm having problems with my my stream. It seems like I have viewers here, but it's not coming through on my chat area. I still have 5 viewers, and I apologize if I can't mention shout out. I'm having some difficulties with my my chat box here. It's just freezing up, and it's just not. I'm trying to refresh it, and it's nothing coming up. So I apologize to the 5 viewers who are watching me. I want to say thank you, and I apologize for this.
Don't worry, guys. We'll get it right. You know, I've been working with Mr. Zenray here, getting him tech savvy, and before you know it, he's gonna be the Mr. Tech Man. You're gonna see. You can just check out his YouTube page. The guy's putting in work. He's giving you guys content. He throws out videos every single day. I get a notification that something about the Knicks and a college basketball player, and then my wife thinks that it's somebody texting me, and I tell her that's not nobody texting me. It's Zenray. He's posting stuff. So check out his video, man. The guy puts in work for you guys. This is not, we don't get paid for this, guys. This is something that we're doing out of love and out of passion, and something that we're trying to bring you guys up to date with, news and Knicks stuff and just orange and blue skies, like I said, guys.
Absolutely. So the picks for the Knicks, like I mentioned, Trey Murphy III and that guy from Kentucky, Isaiah Jackson. Those are the 2 guys slated. I don't know how far or how true the Knicks are going to use. Go that high to make those picks. I think, as we spoke yesterday, a few days ago, I think they're going to package their picks and they're going to move up for some kind of stud type of college player.
Either move up or they're going to move out of the draft. And I know that's not something that you guys who are in the youth movement want to hear.
I think if they move out, it's because they have a trade pending somewhere. Maybe the Lillard trade, maybe the Anthony Towns trade, where they'll trade their picks. They'll trade some of their players, and they'll get the player back in return. I can see that happening as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going around. Ian Begley, I'm a big fan of his. I watch his stuff. Man, it's the Knicks. He does his live shows, and he's a great guy. I watch his stuff, and we kind of feed off of everybody, just trying to see what they're talking about, what's being live right now on in the news out there. And then we do our own little stuff, our own little brand, but with a twist. But yeah, it's a lot of stuff, man. I don't know exactly what Knicks management is going to be thinking. I think once the finals are going to be over, and then the NBA draft night comes a little bit closer, I think you're going to start hearing some crazy rumors. I think you might even hear stuff that you won't even believe. You know what I mean? I'm hearing, there's just so many things I'm hearing, guys. The only thing that me personally, the only basketball player that I want to stay away from is Dennis Schroeder. I don't care if he wants $2 million. If that's a player that's going to come off the bench and we still sign a point guard, then by all means, I'm for him. But if you mean to tell me that that's going to be my starting point guard come October, thank you, but no thank you.
Yeah, I'm not a Schroeder guy myself. I mean, in LA, he was very inconsistent in LA. So it's not the type of point guard I would go for. You need something. I mean, as a backup, yeah. But we need some starting power in our front court.
Aaron asks me, is there a team I despise? Aaron, I hate to use that word despise, and I'm all about being positive for any team. But if you want to talk about a team right now that I dislike only because I bleed orange and blue, it's the team right across the river. I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't think like that because I'm from New York. Aaron asks me, is there a team I despise? Aaron, I hate to. What was that? Well, we got some back audio. But the Brooklyn Nets, Aaron, unfortunately, right now, they are the Boston Red Sox to my Yankees. They are the what's the team? Oh my God. The San Francisco 49ers to my Giants. That's what they are right now. What about you, Zenray?
I mean, look, I'm not a Philly guy, so each Philly, either in football for my Giants, Philly, Sixers, Eagles, those guys. Boston, I can tolerate. I can tolerate.
I can tolerate the Celtics. I
Yeah.
cannot tolerate the Boston Red Sox or the football team.
Yeah, New England Patriots. Yeah,
Patriots.
yeah. So look, it's all in good fun, but if I had a team that I don't like very much, to say the least, is the Eagles and the Sixers.
Ooh, the Sixers.
Yeah,
Mr. Joel Embiid, really?
Philly, Philly guy. Shouldn't say that. I might get some Philly hate. I like their cheesesteaks though.
Oh yeah, best in town, baby. Just like New York got the chopped cheese and the pizza, they got the Philly cheesesteak.
So, what else you have in mind in terms of any news that you've heard lately?
Besides the Kawhi Leonard, man, and who they're willing to give up for these superstars, Ian Begley reported it, amongst other, broadcasters and news guys, saying that the Knicks are willing to give up R.J. Barrett in a package, along with Mitchell Robinson, Obi Toppin, Kevin Knox was mentioned in the latest one that I've heard, which that'll be a blessing. I mean, I love Kevin Knox. I love his heart and his potential that he had. But if you can get away with just trading R.J. Barrett, Obi Toppin, and a Kevin Knox and some draft picks for Damian Lillard, then oh my God, it'll be like I would go outside and start skipping down the street.
Yeah, the only way I would do that Lillard trade, if we're going to give us so many assets, once again, Kawhi Leonard has to be involved.
Well,
sees that we make that trade, and he's willing to come to New York once we make that trade, then we have to make the trade.
But let me ask you something. You don't think a Damian Lillard and a Julius Randle is good enough to get us to the Eastern Conference Finals? I do. Just those two guys. Now, mind you have to surround them with pieces. Like if you bring back Derrick Rose and you get a couple of shooters.
Yeah, you get a point guard here. You have to get a point guard, which is
okay.
Lillard.
Okay, yeah.
But you can always switch Lillard as a shooting guard as well. You can do both, but he'll be your point guard. So then you get a shooting guard. You get the guy from Portland that we spoke about. Okay. Can't think of his name right now, but I spoke about him a few shows back. You get the shooting guy from Portland.
Powell. You talking about Powell?
Right, Powell. We get Powell. He can be a two guard. Obviously, you won't have RJ. You have Lillard as your starting guard. Then you have to pick up are you keeping Obi in this deal? No, Obi is gone. So yeah, you don't have a lot to play with. You're gonna have to get some other players.
Now here's a question for you. You just said that Damian Lillard can be played shooting guard. If Damian Lillard can play shooting guard, why not make Damian Lillard your shooting guard? You have your Julius Randle, and you go out and get your Alonzo Ball, or you go out and get the guy from Charlotte, the point guard, to pair up with Damian Lillard.
But remember, Damian Lillard is like Westbrook. He likes bringing the ball up. He has to be the center of attention. So he would typically be your point guard. Shooting guard, I guess he can play. I've seen him play it. I've seen him play the two guard before. But his thing is having the ball in his hand so he can pass the ball or shoot the ball. That's what his thing is. So I think if you get Damian Lillard getting another point guard as a backup, yeah, you will get another point guard. But you won't get a ball, Alonzo Ball. I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't get another point guard once Lillard is going to cost you a lot of money. You're going to get a ball in here that's going to cost you another $18 to $20 million. You're going to cap out the Knicks, and they won't have no room for any, movement in terms of picking up players. You have to be very.
You're right. I completely agree with you, man. I mean, that's we said it before. They got to be smart about how they spend their money. Yeah, it's not our money, but we like to critique them and think what are they thinking and how they're looking at it. If we were put into that position, who and what will we go for? And like I said, I would listen to the Damian Lillard. It all comes down to if Damian Lillard requests, he demands a trade out of Portland, the ball is in our court, especially if he says, like Carmelo Anthony did with the Denver Nuggets. That's why when I think back at that Denver Nugget trade, the Knicks management didn't know how to handle business whatsoever because Carmelo went and said, I want to go to New York. So if I was New York, I could have sat there and said, listen, your guy wants to come and play for us. This is what we're going to offer you. This is my plan A and my plan B. These are the two options. Choose from them. Not give them the house, because that's exactly what Knicks management did for the Carmelo Anthony deal.
One better. They only had to wait one more year. He would have been a free agent.
Yeah.
Give up all the assets. That's all they had to do. But it seems like Melo was pushing it. I don't know if he was talking to the owner behind the scenes, Dolan. I don't know what, but it seemed like Dolan wanted to pull the trigger right away.
I think Lala, who worked at that time for BET, was probably calling Jim Dolan to get him over here.
Who knows? I don't know. Once again, I want to apologize. I'm having difficulties with my chat box here. I see up to 4 viewers here. I want to say hi to you guys. I can't see you by name. I'm having difficulties of pulling out any other information. It's just freezing up on me here. So I just want to apologize to the viewers on my hope you're enjoying the show. And in our comments, you can always give us a thumbs up, give us a comment below. Subscribe.
Hit that thumbs up button for us, guys. We appreciate it.
Even better, 646-893-9464 or 646-847-8293. Let me tell you something. Thing than shooting a basketball, which for me is a little easier than dealing with the tech savvy stuff I have to deal with behind the scenes. It's a challenge, but it's a fun challenge. I like to be challenged, but
Indeed.
it's good.
Indeed does. Let's see. I got Aaron asking me a question. What are your thoughts on the Chicago Bulls? I'm a Bull fan. Well, here's a funny story for you, Aaron. Like I said, if you were listening, I became a Knicks fan in 1990. I was a Chicago Bull fan since I was a little kid up until I was 9 years old in 1990. And I always had a thing, for the Bulls. Of course, Knicks and Bulls days were things I can remember me and my friends watching the Knicks and Bulls. But that's when they had Jordan and Pippen and Horace Grant. I don't know if you remember those days, if you're, as old as I am. But listen, the state of the Bulls right now, they got marketing. They got Zach LaVine. They got some young guys there. I think they're going to be okay, man. I think just like the Knicks, they're a good, they're a good athletic team. They just need a couple of key pieces. But listen, if you want to talk to your Bulls management, and if you want to take a Kevin Knox or a Mitchell Robinson and give us Zach LaVine, we can help you out in the center position, no problem whatsoever.
I was going to do that, but let me tell you, Chicago, they probably had the best team assembled back when Phil Jackson was coaching them.
Oh, yeah.
We have Darnell Harper. Hey, I want to say, blink back in here. So we have Darnell Harper. Hey, Darnell, how you doing?
Darnell, how you doing?
So I was saying that Chicago was probably the best team assembled ever that I ever seen. I mean, Phil Jackson and all this championship, Michael Jordan, Pippen, Kukoc, Harper. They had just a great team. Occur. I mean, the best assembled team I ever seen. I would have to say, the Lakers are probably upset about it. Probably the best teams I've ever seen personally.
Yeah. Mike, like I said, guys, we're Knick fans. I'm a big Knick fan, but I respect the Michael Jordan era. He is still till this day besides John Starks, that is my favorite basketball player. He is the NBA. If it wasn't for Michael Jordan, and I know that a lot of the old guys are gonna tell me Dr. J and Bob Cousy and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but for my generation, and from what I've seen on tapes and of classics,
Kenyon Hine, we're doing fine, sir. We're doing fine. I'm sorry, Juba, to interrupt.
You're good.
Kenyon,
you're good.
And Darren Harper, if you want to give us a call, ask a question, let me know what you guys are up to. We would love to hear your comments and your opinions on the NBA basketball, the teams you root for. We appreciate you guys being on. Thank you, Mr. Harper and Mr. Han, for being on. We greatly appreciate your presence.
Absolutely. Listen, guys, like I said, we're doing this show for you. We have yet to get a phone call, guys. We have not got a phone call in. So you will be doing us a great favor, not only about making sure that our phone lines are working, but to sit there and say that you were the first caller would be greatly appreciated by me and Mr. Zenray. But I gotta say, Chicago has the best mascot. Well, yes, Benny the Bull is one of the best.
Listen, in Spain, those bulls will run you over, man. So you have to be careful. Yeah, the bulls are. That's a pretty cool mascot. I agree. The Knicks mascot. Who's the Knicks mascot? We don't have one.
Spike Lee. That's the Knicks mascot. Is Spike Lee.
Let me tell you, I met Spike Lee about 3 months ago. What a gentleman, man. He's a class act gentleman. He just came over, started speaking to me about the Knicks. I was working behind the scenes on a project, and he happened to come in. He was involved in the show, and he came in. I got him a chair. He said, "No, you sit down." I sat down. We were talking. He was standing up. Spike Lee is a gentleman, and he knows his basketball, and he's a great Knick fan. In fact, he's a great representative of being a Knick, and I'm proud and honored to know that he roots for our Knicks.
Big up to Spike Lee. Keep on doing what you're doing.
So I'm just saying that the Knicks, compared to the Chicago Bulls, I think they're almost like, I think the Knicks probably has an edge, but the Bulls are a couple of players away, as the Knicks are. It's just finding that free agent and finding that player in the draft. If you could combine your free agency, picking up a couple of players, and draft well, you can be a contender, a real contender in the next couple of years.
And not to mention, guys, some of your Chicago Bulls blood made us what we are right now. I mean, look, we got Mr. Coach Tom Thibodeau, former coach of the Chicago Bulls. We got Derrick Rose, former MVP, youngest MVP ever. We got Taj Gibson on our team. So, obviously the Bulls management did something good there. They, brought these guys up, and it still lives on, and they brought some of that stuff, the winning ways, to the Knicks culture. And so, we got to appreciate, everything the Bulls management did for them too.
No, I agree. I think, Chicago have had their glory times by winning the 6 rings that they won, championships. I think it's our time to kind of gain that glory. I think New York needs it. The city of New York needs it. The fans of New York, the Knicks organization needs this. And I can't wait. I'm excited to see what the next moves the Knicks will be doing. And I'm pretty optimistic.
Absolutely. I mean, we have the Knicks. It's funny. A few years ago, we would say, at least we got the Yankees and the Mets. Well, not the Mets so much. Now the Mets are doing better than the Yankees. But we could have said at least we got the Yankees, we got the Giants, because we kind of felt we had to talk about the Knicks a little bit under our breath. Like, oh, you're a Knicks fan? Yeah, unfortunately. Now you can sit there and say, yes, I am a Knicks fan, and you got better days ahead of you. They're being more respected in the community and in NBA years.
And that happened in such a short period of time.
Oh, a year.
A year. The Knicks were nothing last year. And you bring a coach, you bring a guy like Leon Rose, it brings his entourage of people there with West and your coaching staff, and you bring in coaches to teach players and educate them on how to play the game, and it changes. And then you bring a guy whose first thing is defense. He doesn't care about your offense right now. Play defense, your offense will come. Obviously, we have our coaches that, shooting and all those drills. But the defensive presence that Knicks showed this year, but to be a top 5 defense after the year before, you probably was one of the worst teams defensively.
Absolutely.
So it showed you what a coach, new management, new blood, a new injection of hope and promise that the organization did. And we have to give some props to the owner, some props, because he just let go of the reins and let Leon Rose run the whole show, and that is why we are successful. That's the main reason why we've been successful.
I could not agree with you more, man. What do you got to say about your favorite coach, Mr. Fizdale, signing in LA with LeBron James?
I think that's what Fizdale's thing is, man. That's all at best. That's what he is, because I'd be honest with you, I hate to say this, he was clueless in terms of what he was doing. I mean, he never coached before. Obviously, it was his first gig, so obviously he learned something from his experiences. But I think that's a good move for the Lakers, because he's beloved by many players. He knows how to coach it in terms of certain plays and schemes and things he can teach a player. But in terms of being a head coach, he still has a lot of work ahead of him.
He does. It's all trial and error. It's baby steps. Some coaches get it right away. the Mark Jacksons who tried it for 1 year, 2 years. I don't know why he's been not still coaching, but that's another story. We won't even get into that. But yeah, they hired Fizdale because Jason Kidd was with LA and the bench with them last year, and he just got signed by the Mavericks. So he's going to be coaching Luka Doncic. So if you guys know, Jason Kidd was drafted by the Dallas Mavericks. I have his NBA rookie card sitting here. So there's a lot of history there, and I'm pretty sure that Luka Doncic is going to love him. And I'm pretty sure if the Knicks are not careful, and then if Mr. Kawhi Leonard wants out of the Clippers, I wouldn't be surprised if he heads down to Texas.
See, I agree with you. I don't think Kawhi likes the big lights. He's a very low-key, private guy.
Yeah.
I don't see him coming to the big city for no reason. I say that's a pipe dream. You never know. I don't know what Wes has up his sleeve and how he can motivate his way in talking his camp to give the Knicks a chance. But I don't see Kawhi Leonard coming anywhere near the big city, to play. I don't see it. I don't see it happening. I think Dallas is probably a destination I can see him going to.
Only time will tell. But guys, we're almost out of time. We're gonna be cutting it in about a minute or two. So if you guys want to give us a call and let us know what your thoughts are about what we spoke about, or if you want to mention anything, the number is 646-847-8293 and 646-893-9464. Like I said, guys, we bring out the stuff. Next show is gonna be Tuesday, Mr. Zenray.
Yeah, 11 a.m. Between 11 a.m. and 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Look out.
It's probably gonna be 11:30.
11:30. So probably about 11:30 on Tuesday. Look out for that. We want you guys to, enjoy your 4th of July weekend. I myself got invited to a little, barbecue over here. So you better believe it that I'm going to be spreading that orange and blue love right here in the barbecue and, spreading the love of this show so you guys can come and check us out. Definitely check out our content on YouTube. Zenray's on YouTube. He also has a TikTok, including myself. My TikTok name is Juby the Tubi. Mr. Aaron here, who's been commenting tonight, he actually found me on TikTok with some of my content. So I appreciate the love and support. We try really hard to make this work for you guys. So that's really all I got to say tonight, guys. I appreciate your time. You guys coming in and showing your love and support. And on Tuesday, we're going to mix it up a little bit. Me and Zenray got some plans coming up. We're going to do different times this way, just in case you guys are working or with your family, or if you're evening shift kind of employee, or you have a chance to watch some of our content.
And also, I want to thank everybody for commenting and coming onto the show. And even though you didn't call, we saw you, Darnell Harper and Kenyon Han. I want to appreciate you guys for coming on and saying hello. So it's a baby steps, like I said in the previous show. We've only been doing this for 3 weeks. We're learning and growing every day, and we're big Knicks fans. We're big New Yorkers. We love our New York teams. We love our baseball, our football, especially our basketball. That's our number one love. But I just want to thank you guys. I want to thank Juby once again for making this happen. And I just want to say, take care, guys. Let the universe and energies of this great world bring you positiveness and energy and love, and bring you hope to have things that you want and desire in your life. The best is yet to come. Juby, Zenray out. Take care, guys. God bless. And we'll see you on Tuesday.
That's right. Family above everything, guys. Peace. Be safe.
Thanks, Juby. Thanks, guys.
All right, brother. Thank you, guys.
I'm digging into this, honestly knowing there's more than what I could see. Can't predict what's my future holding.